A sound shatters the illusion. A gunshot. Screams slice through the night. Guests scatter, chairs crash against the marble floor. A waiter drops a champagne bottle. It shatters, the sound barely registering over the panic. Claire's breath catches in her throat. She turns, hands trembling. Ivy is on the ground. Ryan stands a few feet away, gun still raised, his chest rising and falling in rapid, erratic breaths. The hand gripping the weapon trembles, but his face remains eerily still. The guests freeze, every gaze locked onto him. No one moves, no one dares to breathe. Claire's lips part, a silent question forming, but no words come out. Ryan's gaze flicks to her, dark, unreadable. His jaw tightens. The grip on the trigger doesn't loosen. Ivy's breath comes in uneven gasps. Her hands clutch her abdomen, trying to stop the blood from pooling, but it's no use. Pain surges through her body, her vision blurring at the edges, yet her focus remains locked on Clare. She forces herself to speak, her voice weak but urgent. "Clare." A shuddering breath. "He's not who you think he is." Clare stumbles forward, hands shaking. "Ivy, stay with me." But Ivy's grip loosens. Her eyelids flutter. Ryan doesn't move. Clare finally looks at him, really looks at him, and for the first time she realizes she doesn't know the man she married. The frantic call for help echoes in the background. A waiter, hidden behind the bar, fumbles with his phone, his voice unsteady. 911, please, there's been a shooting." The line between reality and nightmare blurs. Clare can't think, can't breathe. She was supposed to wake up tomorrow as a wife. Instead, she might wake up as a widow, or worse. Who is Ryan? And why does she suddenly feel like she was never meant to survive this night? Ivy's fingers tremble as she stares at her phone. A single text message, no name, no number. You don't know who Ryan really is. Ask him what happened in New York 6 years ago. Her pulse quickens. Her breath comes in sharp, shallow gasps. She's heard whispers before, about Ryan's past, the shadows he never talks about. But this isn't a whisper. This is a scream. Her hands tighten around the phone. She has no choice. She needs answers. Now. Ivy storms into Ryan's suite, slamming the door shut behind her. Ryan stands near the minibar, pouring himself a drink. He doesn't look surprised to see her. "What happened in New York?" Ivy demands. Ryan takes a slow sip of his whiskey, unfazed. He sets the glass down, turning to her. "Where did you get that?" His voice is calm, too calm. Ivy steps forward, fists clenched. "It doesn't matter. Just tell me the truth." Ryan watches her for a moment, then exhales. "You don't want the truth, Ivy," he says, his voice as smooth as the liquor in his hand. "You want a reason to hate me." Her stomach twists. He's not denying it. Ivy squares her shoulders, refusing to back down. "Tell me the truth, or I swear to God I'll—" She doesn't get to finish. Ryan moves too fast. In an instant, his fingers wrap around her wrist, firm, unyielding. "Drop it, Ivy." His voice lowers, almost gentle. "For your sister's sake." A chill runs down her spine. Not for herself, for Clare. She yanks free, stumbling back a step. Ryan doesn't chase her, he just watches. Cold, calculating. "Let it go," he warns one last time. Ivy's heart pounds, but there's no way in hell she's letting it go. Ivy practically runs down the hall, gripping her phone so tightly it might shatter. She needs to tell Clare. Now. She fumbles with her phone, trying to call, but her fingers are slick with sweat. Footsteps echo behind her. She glances back. Ryan stands at the end of the hall, watching, unmoving. His expression is unreadable, but the message is clear. She keeps walking, forcing herself to breathe. Ryan wouldn't hurt her. Not here, not now. Would he? She shakes the thought away. She has to stop this wedding. But as she pushes open the doors to the reception, stepping into the light and laughter, one thought lingers in her mind. Clare tilts her head back, laughing as Ryan brushes a stray curl from her face. His touch is soft, reverent, like she's the most delicate thing in the world. "I still can't believe I get to marry you," he murmurs, pressing a lingering kiss to her forehead. Her friends call it a fairy tale, an effortless love story with the perfect man. Ryan is everything she ever dreamed of, charming, protective, and always knowing exactly what to say. She tells herself she's lucky. She tells herself he's perfect, and maybe if she keeps repeating it, she'll believe it. Claire watches Ryan from across the room as he tucks his phone away, his expression shifting just a little too fast. "Who was that?" she asks, her tone light. "Work," he answers without missing a beat. "Nothing important." She wants to push, but his lips curve into a reassuring smile and the doubt fades, almost. When Ivy mentions his past, Claire forces a laugh. "Ryan's been through a lot," she says. "He just doesn't like to talk about it. It's not a lie, but it's not the truth either." Ivy leans in, voice barely above a whisper. "Claire, there's something off about him. Have you ever really looked into his past?" Claire rolls her eyes. "God, Ivy, are you serious?" "No," Claire cuts her off. "You're just jealous." The words sting, even as she says them. Ivy's lips press into a thin line, her eyes searching Claire's. Claire looks away first, because love is supposed to be blind, and she's choosing not to see. Ryan knows how to play his part. The firm handshake, the easy smile, he wears them like armor. Every dinner party, every introduction, every casual mention of their future together cements his role as the devoted fiancé. They trust him, because people believe what they want to believe, and Ryan is an expert at giving them exactly that. 6 years ago, there was another woman, Rachel Monroe. Ryan remembers the way she smiled, the way she asked too many questions, the way she wouldn't let things go. Then, one night she disappeared, and the world moved on. But Ryan never did. The ghost of that night clings to him, a shadow that never fades, because he knows the truth. Rachel never left, and now Ivy is starting to sound just like her. Ryan watches Ivy carefully. She's been asking questions, pushing too hard. She sees too much. If she keeps going, he'll have no choice. His fingers tighten around his glass, knuckles turning white. He leans back, the picture of ease, but inside, his mind races. Ivy has to stop, and if she won't, well, Ryan has handled problems before. Ivy watches Ryan studying every movement, every calculated smile. Something doesn't sit right. It never has. She's always been able to read people, always seen past the masks they wear. Ryan's mask is slipping, and she intends to find out what's underneath. Ivy digs. She doesn't stop until she finds something. A name. A missing persons case. Rachel Monroe. Ryan was in New York when she vanished. The details fit too neatly. Too many coincidences. Her stomach twists. The pieces of the puzzle are falling into place, and time is running out. Ivy's fingers tremble as she dials, her heartbeat thundering in her ears. The journalist picks up on the third ring. "I need information on a missing woman." Someone connected to Ryan. A pause, a hesitation. Then the name drops like a stone in her stomach. "Rachel Monroe." Ivy grips the phone tighter. "Tell me everything." "Rachel was last seen 6 years ago," the journalist says, voice hushed. "She walked into Ryan's apartment, never walked out." Ivy's grip tightens around the phone. No body, no arrests, no sign of a struggle, just gone. Ivy closes her eyes, bile rising in her throat. The pattern is too precise, too calculated. Ryan didn't just move on, he erased someone. She scours records, cross-referencing every detail. Ryan transferred jobs just after Rachel disappeared, left New York, started fresh. A sinking feeling gnaws at her insides. Then she sees it. The engagement photos. Ryan's watch gleaming against the cuff of his sleeve. Rachel's Rolex. Her stomach flips. This isn't coincidence. This is proof. Ivy exhales shakily, shutting her laptop. Ryan isn't just hiding something, he's a predator. She knows what happens to women who get too close to the truth. Rachel is dead. And if she doesn't act now, Clare might be next. Ivy doesn't knock. She slams open Ryan's suite door, fury crackling through her veins. "Tell me what happened to Rachel." Ryan lifts his drink, taking a slow sip before setting it down. "You don't know what you're talking about." His voice is too even, his movements too controlled, but his jaw tightens. She hit a nerve. Ivy throws the printed article onto the table. "New York, 6 years ago, she was last seen with you." Ryan's easy demeanor fractures. The charm vanishes. "You're ruining everything," he mutters. His voice is different now, hard. He steps toward her. She doesn't back down. Ryan shuts the door, the soft click sending a shiver down Ivy's spine. "You don't want to do this," he murmurs. Ivy steadies herself. Clare deserves the truth. Ryan smirks, voice almost gentle. "Clare won't believe you." A pause. Then, "And if you push too hard, maybe they'll never find you either." Ivy's breath catches. Ryan is too close, too steady. "You think I'm afraid of you?" She spits, voice shaking. His smirk fades. His hand twitches toward his pocket. Ivy doesn't wait. She grabs the nearest object, a lamp, and swings. The moment his grip loosens, she's out the door, running. Ivy's hands shake as she pounds on Clare's suite door. She has to tell her, now. The door swings open. Clare is radiant, eyes bright with happiness. "He's perfect, Ivy," she sighs. "I wish you'd stop trying to ruin this." Ivy's chest tightens. How can she make her listen? "Ryan is dangerous," Ivy pleads. "He's hiding something, Clare. Please." Clare's smile falters, then she shakes her head. "You always do this. You don't want me happy." "No," Ivy whispers, voice breaking. "I want you alive." Clare steps back, walls slamming up around her. She's already chosen her side. Ivy hesitates, her mind racing. Maybe Clare will come around. Maybe she should wait until after the wedding. That hesitation is all Ryan needs. He's already one step ahead. A knock at the door, a wedding planner's voice. "Miss Ivy, there's an issue downstairs." Clare waves Ivy off, irritated. "Go deal with your drama." Ivy steps into the hall. The door clicks shut behind her, and she feels it in her gut. Something is very, very wrong. Crystal glasses clink. Laughter ripples through the reception hall. The scent of roses and champagne lingers in the air. Clare beams, fingers wrapped around Ryan's arm, her smile wide and unshaken. This is her moment, her perfect night. Across the room, Ivy watches, nails digging into her palm. The weight of truth presses against her chest. She grips her drink too tightly. She knows what's coming. Ivy's nerves unravel. One drink, then another. The warmth of alcohol doesn't dull the dread curling in her stomach. She leans in, her breath hot against Ryan's ear. "I know about Rachel." His smile falters, just for a second. His fingers tighten around his champagne flute. A beat of silence. Then a whisper, cold and sharp. Then you know what has to happen. Ryan's hand slides against Clare's waist as he pulls her to the dance floor. The melody is soft, deceiving. His steps are precise, effortless. Clare laughs, unaware of the way his fingers press into her skin just a little too hard. Ivy moves through the crowd, pulse hammering. She needs to get Clare away from him. But Ryan's gaze locks onto hers, a silent warning. Ivy's throat tightens. She turns away, chest heaving. If she doesn't act now, she won't get another chance. Ivy grabs Clare's arm, voice urgent. "We need to talk, now." Clare laughs, shaking her head. "Relax, Ivy. Can't you just be happy for me?" Ivy grips harder. "It's Ryan. He's not who you think." "Everything okay?" Ryan's voice drips with ease, but his eyes burn with something darker. Ivy meets his stare. He's already made his decision. The clock is ticking. Ivy drags Clare into the dim hallway, heart pounding. You have to listen to me. Claire sighs, exasperated. God, Ivy, what now? Ryan is dangerous. He's not who you think he is. Claire folds her arms, shaking her head. This is insane. But Ivy's voice cracks. You have to believe me. For the first time, Claire hesitates. A hand clamps onto Ivy's wrist, tight, bruising. Ryan. His voice is silk wrapped in steel. You should have left it alone. Claire's brows furrow. Ryan? Ivy struggles, but his grip is iron. Let me go, she gasps. Ryan doesn't loosen his hold. Claire takes a step back. Doubt flickers in her eyes. The shift in Ryan's expression is subtle, but terrifying. The calculation in his eyes, the measured silence. Claire sees it now. The man she was about to marry is a stranger. You killed her, didn't you? Claire whispers. Ryan doesn't answer, but the silence is deafening. Ivy lashes out, nails digging into Ryan's arm. He stumbles back, snarling. You don't walk away from this, he growls. Claire grabs Ivy's hand, eyes wide with fear. Run, Ivy breathes. But it's already too late. Ryan lunges, hands closing around Ivy's throat. Claire screams, shoving him back, but he doesn't let go. Ivy gasps, fingers clawing at his grip. Ryan reaches inside his jacket. The gun. Ivy fights, shoving him off balance. The gun clatters onto the floor. Claire dives for it, hands trembling. Ryan lunges again, wrestling her for control. The room spins in chaos. A deafening crack. Ivy stumbles. A dark stain spreads across her dress. Her knees buckle. She hits the floor, gasping. Ryan's eyes widen. He didn't mean to. Claire doesn't hesitate. She raises the gun. Ryan turns, eyes pleading. Claire, wait. The trigger pulls. Ryan collapses. Silence. Red and blue lights strobe across the shattered reception hall. The sound of hurried footsteps fills the air as police flood the scene. Weapons raised, barking orders. The music has long stopped. The laughter, gone. Claire stands motionless, staring at Ryan's lifeless body. Her hands tremble, still clutching the gun. I need you to drop the weapon, ma'am, an officer commands. She doesn't hear him. A firm grip forces the gun from her fingers. Across the room, Ivy clutches her side, blood soaking through the fabric of her dress. Paramedics swarm her, pressing gauze against the wound. She barely reacts. Her eyes are locked on her sister, but Claire won't look at her. Shattered glass glitters on the floor. The overturned chairs, the spilled champagne, the broken dream. The night is over. Claire sits on the edge of an ambulance, arms wrapped around herself, as a detective kneels in front of her. His voice is calm but firm. Did you know what your fiancé was hiding? She shakes her head, swallowing the lump in her throat. I swear, I didn't. The words taste like ash. The detective studies her, skeptical but silent. A few feet away, Ivy sits in the back of a squad car, her face pale, eyes unfocused. She saved her sister, but at what cost? Ryan is dead, and yet his presence lingers like a phantom neither of them can escape. In a nearby precinct, a detective lays a thick file on a desk. The words, Cold Case, Rachel Monroe, are stamped across the front. A forensic analyst slides a fresh report across the table. Ryan Carter's DNA. It's a match. The detective exhales. So, he didn't just cheat his way into another woman's life. He erased someone from it. The officer across from him shakes his head. Murder. Cover-ups. This guy had more than one skeleton in his closet. The truth is worse than anyone imagined. Hours later, Claire is released. There is no proof she knew, but ignorance is not innocence. The moment she steps outside, the flashing cameras blind her. Reporters shove microphones in her face, their voices overlapping. Did you know Ryan was a killer? Did he ever tell you about Rachel Monroe? Do you feel responsible for what happened? She doesn't answer. She can't breathe. Ivy was right. She should have listened. But now, it's too late. Days pass. Ivy lies in a hospital bed staring at the ceiling. The bullet wound will heal. The stitches will dissolve. The bruises will fade. But the nightmares won't stop. Every time she closes her eyes, she sees Ryan's face, the moment the gun went off, the way his body fell, the silence after. Some things can't be undone. Claire sits beside her sister's bed. She hasn't left. She doesn't know how to. "I should have believed you." Her voice is barely a whisper. Ivy turns her head, the look in her eyes unreadable. Some wounds aren't meant to be forgiven. Claire reaches for Ivy's hand, but Ivy doesn't take it. The wedding is canceled. The dress, once a symbol of new beginnings, is boxed away. The honeymoon tickets are shredded, vendors refunded, guests dispersed. But whispers remain. Ryan's name is in the news now, his face plastered across every screen. Murder, deception, lies that spanned years. And Claire? She's tied to him forever. Ivy and Claire sit in silence. Two women who walked through hell together. But something between them is broken. Claire watches as Ivy grips the hospital blanket, jaw tight. The space between them is more than physical. Claire hesitates, then reaches for her sister's hand again. Ivy pulls away. Ryan may be dead, but his shadow still lingers. 2 weeks later, Ivy steps outside, the cold air biting at her skin. She checks the mailbox, sifting through bills and flyers. Then she sees it, a plain envelope, no return address, no stamp, just her name. She hesitates before opening it. Inside, a single note. "You stopped one monster." But Ryan wasn't the only one keeping secrets. Her stomach turns. Who sent this, and what does it mean? Ivy rushes to Claire, hands trembling. Someone else knew about him. Claire scans the note, her face draining of color. They thought Ryan was the only danger. They were wrong, because someone else is still out there, watching, waiting, and they're not finished yet.